Oh my gosh, we're live. Oh. Good
Ooh,
morning.
look at
Good
you
morning.
go. For all of you on the radio, Kyle is giving us a demonstration in how to juggle, and he's doing amazingly well.
Well,
Wow,
I mean, a
you are.
little, yeah. So started the show with a little juggle. Good morning
Woo!
to everybody out there. This is Going On Daily, and we are season 3, episode 11. And I'm joined today with Sharon, and yeah, super awesome. Good morning, Sharon.
Good morning, Kyle. Thank you for showing us how to juggle. That is really, really cool. You're a
Yeah,
very talented individual, my friend.
I just have lots of stubborn determination, like so many levels of stubborn determination that I decided to learn how to juggle. So and it's something that anybody can do, I think, just like riding unicycle. But
Oh, yeah. Just throw
yeah,
that one in too.
yeah,
Juggling, and I've tried to juggle 2 items. Yeah, no, it didn't happen.
well, and I think
Difficult.
learning the right way to learn, because that's what makes so many different things hard, is figuring out the right way to learn how to do that thing. And if you have a good teacher, which is not always easy, depending on what it is. Like, who do I talk to
Exactly.
learn whatever the thing is that we want to learn. So
You
yeah.
could teach online juggling.
Yeah. Oh man, one more thing. One more thing to the list. Chewing and walking gum. Chewing gum and walking. See, that's you don't even need to talk. You too could host a show, and you wouldn't even need to know how to talk. So I'm proof of this. Proof in the pudding. Yeah.
Ron
But
said he can juggle 2 items, and chewing gum and walking are his 2
oh,
items that he can juggle.
yeah, yeah, that's excellent. Yeah,
Mm.
everybody should be able to chew gum and walk, hopefully. Maybe, you know, but anyway, so yeah, onward. So I mean, oh, this seems exciting. So from peace to profanity. Woo! The golf edition.
Well, okay, so it's hobby week this week on Going On Daily.
Yep.
So my hobby, one of my hobbies, is golfing. I love it. I mean,
Mm,
it really is peaceful. It really is a lot of fun because the people I golf with, I'm in 2 different ladies' leagues, and the people I golf with don't take it seriously. We don't take ourselves
oh,
seriously. We're out there, we
mm,
want to do the best we can. We do. We try and beat our score every week, and we
mhm,
we are competitive that way. But I mean, if we have a bad day, we have a bad day. Nobody really cares. It's not a big deal, right?
mm.
But, excuse me. But
I just
there are, no, go
I
ahead.
didn't ever, yeah, I didn't ever really golf. I haven't, I never needed an excuse to drink beer. I could just drink beer if I wanted to, so I didn't need to go golfing.
Ah, well, so
Sorry for all the golfers out there. No offense, really. I mean, if you love golf, then that's awesome.
who was it that said golf is a nice walk ruined? I forget who it was that said that,
Oh,
but
oh
that
yeah,
was back in the day. Someone came up with
yeah,
that. But
yeah.
what is golf? So let's start with that. Golf
Hmm.
is a sport where you use clubs and a ball. So you put the ball on the ground and you take these clubs and you swing them. And depending on how far you want to hit the ball, the shorter the distance, the higher the club. So if you want to hit the ball like your driver is like a 1 or 3, if you
Hmm.
want to, you know, just hit it a small distance, that would be an 8, a 7, an 8, or a 9. So
Hmm.
the higher the club, the shorter the distance, which not sure why that happened, but that's the way it goes. So courses are typically what they call 9 holes or 18 holes, some are 27. And that's because once you're on the green, you put the ball into a hole. So the goal is to get the ball in the hole. So
Hmm.
it doesn't use
So
a standard. No, go ahead. Mhm. Yeah, yeah.
yeah, so not to be confused with baseball or any other thing where you would be
Ah,
using a well, I guess not a club,
that's a
but
bat. That's a
you
bat, and
know,
there's
a
no
bat.
hole.
Yeah, there's yeah,
No hole in baseball.
yep. It's very different. Yeah, so just make sure we keep things straight here for any of the listeners, because All of this stuff could be confusing, if you don't.
Well, I'm going to clarify it right now.
Yeah, I love it.
So golf, each hole is comprised, like there's what they call holes in golf. So that's each playing area. It's comprised of 3 balls, hole, wood are all golf terms. Yes, they are, Ron. That's why I like the game.
Yep.
So each hole is comprised of 3 main parts. This is where it all begins. You place your ball on a tiny little wooden or plastic stick. It's called a tee. You put the tee in the ground, and there's a little holder at the top. So you're standing on what they call the tee box. It's a designated area where you put your tee in the ground, and you line up your club. You pick your longest club because you want to hit the ball the farthest, and you line yourself up. You say a little prayer, and you attempt to hit the ball straight down the fairway. The fairway being the green grass that leads you to the green, but you don't want to hit the water, the bushes, or someone else's cart, or someone else. That happens occasionally. So you want to just stay in the fairway and hit your ball straight. So that's the first part. Get on the green, get your ball set up, hit the ball. And then the fairway is the second part, and that's the beautifully manicured grass. That is the way to what they call the green. The green is at the end. So the fairway is beautifully manicured. Think of the nicest lawn you've ever been on. If you're in a good golf club, it's going to be some of the most beautiful grass you've ever seen. And so you hit the ball as many times as least amount of times as you can, because you want the lowest score. And you get to what they call the green. So that's an area with even shorter grass where you get out what you call a putter, and you just roll the ball across the fairway. So, yeah.
So do you have to say a prayer before each one of those, or is it just at the beginning?
All the time, over every ball, you're saying a prayer. I mean, seriously. Sometimes you're cursing it. Sometimes you're saying it. Sometimes you're talking to God. Sometimes you're just having a little curse session. That's where the profanity starts. Because once you hit the ball in the water or the bush, so on the fairway, also, and I forgot to say this, they have what they call hazards. So it can be a sand trap, which is a little hole with sand in it. Sometimes it's a great big hole. It can be a water hazard. There could be a beautiful river or a stream running through the fairway, or it can just be a big lake or whatever. So a pond. So they do put obstacles in your way to make it more difficult. And they put them where the average golfer tends to hit their shot.
Oh, that's super. That's super awesome. I just talking about this, I'm thinking about the only like golf joke whatever that I know, which the mute guy, so couldn't speak, is lining up, and he's getting ready, and this other guy comes by, and he just kind of pushes him out of the way, and comes up and then hits his ball and goes on down, and he gets down there a little ways, and then just gets knocked out, and so he's laying there on the ground wondering what happened, and kind of comes to his senses, and then the mute guy is standing over him. For anybody that is listening after the fact, I'm holding up 4 fingers.
Because that's what you yell in golf. If you hit the ball and it looks like it's going towards someone, you yell 4, and that means get out of the way, heads up, be aware of your surroundings. I think as the mute couldn't talk, he held up his fingers. I love it. Yep. That's hilarious, Kyle. Right on.
Yeah, I like that one. I was like, I gotta share that one. Yeah.
Well, Ron says if they put actual traps and full contact into the game, it'd be much better. It depends who you're playing with. It can be a contact sport.
Yeah. So are we talking about like bear traps, or is this a different kind of a trap?
Sand traps.
Oh, sand traps. Those are different. Those are different.
Those are different. Yeah. No bear traps. Okay. No bear traps.
All right.
Typically, there's no
animal
mutilation. There's no mutilation or a need for a
hopefully
CPR or a doctor on the golf course.
Yeah, hopefully there's not. Trapdoors. Yeah.
I've golfed with a few people that I wish there was some trapdoors, but
Oh, yeah.
Because the other beautiful thing, the other amazing thing about golf is that you don't have to, like, typically it's in groups of 4, but you don't have to have 4 people. You can go as a single person, or you can go with a friend, whatever, but they're going to pair you with people. So very often you'll end up playing with people you don't know. And sometimes it's really quite fun. And other times you're looking for the trap door. How can we get rid of this person?
Yeah. Good morning, Christy. Glad you're here.
Hey, Christy. Good morning.
Oh, yeah. I believe that. That's I didn't realize that. Yeah, I'm pairing you up with. So basically, you want to bring your own people.
Well, yeah, yes and no. I don't know. Sometimes it's nice to play with other people because you get a different perspective, and you just learn some things, and I don't know.
Rotten. They should actually have holes in the middle of an alligator pit.
No, thank you. I'd just skip that hole. Thank you.
Yeah.
I don't need to rest any gator wrestling is not on my list of things to do. Thanks, Ron.
I wonder, I'm totally curious on any of those courses, if any of the gators ever get hit with golf balls, and like I wonder if there's any gator casualties from getting hit by a golf ball. I mean,
never golfed on a course with gators in it. And I don't intend to ever.
Yeah, that doesn't seem fun. I'm not. Yeah.
On one of the tournaments on the PGA Tour, that's the Professional Golf Association Tour, Chubbs lost his head to one go.
Yeah, poor Chubbs, man.
Poor Chubbs. Pulling back his stump. But on one of the PGA Tour tournaments, one of the golfers hit his ball into a water hazard, but it was kind of at the side. So he took off his shoes and socks, rolled up his pant legs, and stepped into the water and hit his golf ball. Right after he stepped out of the water, a gator came up. It was crazy. It was somewhere in Florida. Like, like, holy man, crazy.
Yeah.
But anyways, the reason I bring up golf, the reason that we're talking about it is because it's actually psychologically healthy for you.
Oh. Are we talking about the swearing part?
Well, that can really be beneficial. I mean, you're not supposed to hold back your emotions, right? Don't bury them. Let them out.
Yes.
And the fact that you can walk away and give yourself, a second alone so that other people don't have to listen to you. You can let it all out. It's perfect. So, and it's grounding because you're out in Mother Nature. You're walking in the grass. Yeah. You're grounding with nature, so that is soothing, and it's liberating, it's calming. You shut off or typically people will shut off all their devices, so you're not receiving phone calls, you're not answering emails, you're not part of a Zoom meeting or whatever the case may be. Your day-to-day stressors, you're shutting them down. And if you're playing 18 holes, a typical round of golf will be 4 hours, sometimes 4.5, depending on the length of the course you're playing.
How many beers does that translate to?
When I first started, it was 2 beers per hole.
2 beers per hole. Okay.
Yeah. Playing 18. There you go.
Yeah.
That was way back in my youth. Yes. I had a designated driver, so we'll just actually it was a not quite a beer per hole really when I started. Now I do 1 drink on the front 9 and 1 on the back 9 just to be social because everybody else is drinking. And you know what? I found instead of beer, I found some nice things that are flavored and just enjoyable. So, but anyways, so it's a temporary break from cognitive and emotional burdens, and it's really healthy because, as I say, you're out there grounding in nature, and it's relaxing, it's calming, it's soothing, and it keeps you interested because you never fully master it.
I'm thinking about all of the different like reels and memes and everything where they're like, this is supposed to be relaxing, and they're like throwing their golf clubs and stuff.
I know a guy who actually about 20 years ago threw his golf clubs into the water at the end of the thing. He took his whole bag, his whole clubs, and I mean, you're paying $1,000, $1,500, $1,800 for a nice set. Threw them in the lake and has never golfed again.
Well, that's one way to do it. I would probably just sell them instead, but I mean, yeah.
Yeah. So it's about clearing your mind and finding your zen. And
Mm,
golf is a good way to do it as long as you don't take yourself too seriously.
mm, yeah, yeah.
Christy, well, I was just kidding, Christy. It wasn't 2 per hole. I was just kidding.
Super Jim
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 Beam.
Beam or
No, it was actually
Johnny
Bud Light
Walker?
at the time, actually, but
Oh,
yeah.
Bud Light. Yeah. Well, I mean, at least it's like not super heavy because I mean, if it was like Scotch ales, oh man.
Ugh.
Woo.
No, I never drank
Yeah.
2 per hole. I would
Yeah.
about 8 drinks per round was about it.
Mm,
So
mm.
when I started, because I had a DD and I just would enjoy the afternoon and
Oh,
have some fun.
yeah. Yeah.
And I was young.
Yeah. Yeah. That makes a difference. The
Yeah.
hangovers are not nearly as bad. As it just seems like every year you're like, this seems worse than what it
Yeah.
used to
Yeah.
be.
Why do I do this?
Yeah.
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 I was
Yeah.
thinking about having a drink with friends the other night. I woke up the next morning with a headache. I was like, I thought about it. I didn't even do it.
Uh-huh.
I feel like I have a hangover. Come on.
Yeah, you got a contact where they were having a drink, and you're
Exactly.
like, oh man, that was brutal. So what's not brutal though is following us on all of our social media because of course we want to we want you here, following us, supporting the show. I mean, you're already here watching already anyway, so make sure you go subscribe. We are on Kick, YouTube, Rumble, at Rhode Island Broadcasting, and Twitch at RI_broadcasting, and live on the terrible rebrand X or Twitter or whatever you want to call it, at Broadcasting RI. And so yeah, please go subscribe, show some love, and
We
then you
love
can
it when you're live. And if
yeah
you're live, please comment.
yeah absolutely, yeah, send all the wonderful things, well, and maybe anything else too. Just
Whatever.
say something, say hi.
Throw it out
um,
there.
yeah, and then you can listen to us after the fact on the audio on Spotify, Red Circle, TuneIn, iHeartRadio, at RI Broadcasting. And so yeah, go subscribe there too. Show us some love. And then go follow us on all the different social media: MeWe, TikTok, LinkedIn, Blue Sky, Parlor, Space Hey, Gab, and Twitter, of course. And the most important right now, come on, little extra love for us. Yeah, hey,
Space. Hey.
um, yeah, is follow us on Facebook. Follow us on Facebook so that we can go live on Facebook. If anybody's watching live and Christy is on Facebook, it's because I am broadcasting live on Facebook. But we would love for the show to be able to broadcast live on Facebook as well. So please do go follow us, a little love, share the show, and tell all your friends to go follow us on Facebook, and then we'll bring the follower count up, and then we can go live on Facebook again, and all will be well, and yeah, all the wonderful things. So super, and then you can go to our website and RhodeIslandBroadcasting.net, and that's where you can find all of the different co-hosts. You can get a mug. You can support us on there as well. And so donations, and donate. I mean, you could donate, a couple bucks, a couple hundred, a couple million if you want. We're still waiting on Zuck to donate any of that. But yeah, we love the support, and then as well, when you go on the website, and now we got a QR code. So this is and now, but wait, there's more. It's easier. So you can go and vote for the new contest we have. So the Sound of Music, Psycho, Mary Poppins, 2001: A Space Odyssey, or The Great Escape. And so what's your favorite? And go vote on there. You know, make your voice heard. You can also vote in the comments as well. So yeah, whatever platform you're on, wherever you're at, scan the QR code. You know, make your voice known.
So easy. I just did it while you were talking, Kyle.
Oh,
I
that's
just held my phone up, did the QR code. It took me under a minute.
yeah,
Easy peasy.
yeah.
Easy peasy.
That's awesome. So yeah, it's super easy. Go get it done. It and then we get to find out. We get to find out at the end of the month who's the winner. Who's the winner? Um,
Yes.
so yeah.
60s
Anyway,
movies.
yeah, and thank you for all the support and all the love from everybody. You know, keep it coming. We need more. We always want more love, support, comments, all the things. But yeah, now we get to we get to bounce in here, and I'm okay. I'm nervous because the real question is am I going to drop one? And we'll just see if I can. Ooh, I'll step back a little bit more so I can see, or so that you can see my hands. That what juggling is really is it's a game of throwing, because really if you don't throw right, and I'm trying to, so I can focus in on the camera,
Okay.
and I can actually read things while I'm juggling, as long as I don't mess it up. And I can juggle clubs too, but I learned how to juggle starting with one ball, and if you make the toss right, then it's pretty easy. And that was not a good toss, but if you make the toss right, then it's much easier to catch, because then it just kind of goes to the right place. And yeah.
For all of you listening, Kyle is doing a juggling demonstration. So right now he's juggling with one dice, and he's showing us how. As Christy says, he's living the juggalo life. Right on.
So that see, and there we go. I dropped one. Okay. Because juggling.
Now he's incorporated two dice.
Juggling two, and you can. Oh, I don't even know if I can. A lot of people will pass them, like this. So I am tossing one, and then throwing it into my other hand, and that's called passing. But juggling, this is a cascade, is what I'm doing, with two balls where they go underneath each other, and so it's, you know, it's a process, because you just really, the practicing of the toss is probably the cascading two balls. Yes. Now
we're back to playing with balls.
Yes. Now cascading.
He likes to play with his balls.
Yeah, yes. Now cascading three balls, and if I was all practiced up, then I could probably totally do, because this is a backwards cascade, and I'm not very practiced, so it's much harder for me to do that one. But there's all kinds of tricks that you can do. It's kind of super fun, and when I juggle clubs too, I actually ride in the parade, ride my unicycle in the parade, and juggle clubs, and that feels like a game for me of pickup. I would love knives. I would love knives and torches. That's some of the things on my list, but I need to work on my juggling skills a little bit more. Most of the juggling knives, they're not sharp, so it's not it's not, yeah. Yeah, I can't. That's probably one of the hardest things. Chrissy says, now get the unicycle and ride circles while juggling. So riding circles is not necessarily as hard. What's really hard is idling. And so idling is where you basically stay in one spot, and you just move backwards and forwards, just like a half of a pedal or a quarter of a pedal. So you're staying in one spot and then juggling while doing that. And I cannot do that. I am not skilled enough to to have that skill. I can juggle while riding forward, and then my speed is kind of based on where I'm throwing, where I'm throwing the clubs. So I can stand still and juggle, but I cannot sit on a unicycle and idle back and forth and juggle. Just have not worked on that, because that's a hard skill to do, because you got to maintain your balance while you're sort of off balance with throwing, with throwing clubs. So when I ride the parades, it's usually a game of me picking up clubs off of the ground, which this last year I ended up being able to pick up one of them. It turns out that's another thing that gets harder as you get older, because I used to be able to lean over on while on the unicycle. I'd roll up and then lean over on the unicycle and reach down and pick up a club off of, yeah, grenades. Yeah, as long as they're dummy ones. That's I don't know if I've picked up, but I hear they're pretty heavy. So these balls that I have are pretty light. My balls are light, Ron. So what you're talking about is heavy
Yeah.
balls to be.
I wasn't going to comment on your balls, Kyle.
Yeah. I mean, it's fine. It's fine. Everybody comments on my balls when I'm juggling them.
Well, it's not the he has big balls. I was really going to go there with the AC/DC, but you chose small ones today.
Yeah. Yeah. No, little red ones.
Yeah, little red ones, and they're not even blue or anything. They're red.
Yeah. But yeah, I think, when I first learned, because it's probably been 30 something years ago that I learned how to juggle. And it was just stubborn determination of just learning how to throw the one ball, and then lots of picking up. I basically sat on my knees on the floor, because I knew that I was going to have to pick them up. So instead of, they don't drop as far when you're on the floor already. They don't drop as far. They don't roll as far. But it's, which I think it's a lot about, it's bad. Yeah, it's bad when your balls drop. Yeah,
are you speaking from experience, Ron?
Yeah. This is why we love this, because everybody can throw in their 2 cents on all the things that we're talking about. But anyway, yeah, today's show is rated PG-13.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So for all of those that didn't get any of the jokes, I'm sorry. Not sorry. Yeah, sorry, not sorry. And for any of the parents that may have had their kids listening,
we apologize.
Sorry about that. They're learning it in school anyway.
Yeah, absolutely. They're learning worse in school. I can guarantee you that.
Yeah, but yeah, so I mean,
right. Good point. Ron says they should be in school.
Yeah, they should be in school.
If they're listening, why aren't they in school? What's going on?
Yeah, and if you're listening and you're in school, we thank you.
Absolutely. Keep up the good work.
Yeah, hopefully you're getting a better education here. I mean,
juggling and golfing. Well, I mean, really, it doesn't get any better than that.
Yeah, it's good. But yeah, I think
Window City.
Yeah, lots of the cool thing now, I think, with learning so many things is that you can learn them online. There's so many different people that are teaching, but it's a cool, it's a cool party trick or whatever, to be able to just go grab whatever it is and go juggle them, because everybody's impressed for the 3.5 seconds that they're impressed for, and then they all move on, back to whatever it was that everybody was talking about.
You could make money online teaching juggling.
Yeah, I could probably make money online doing a lot of different things.
Okay.
I got good feet.
Okay, I was going to say we don't need to hear about your only page.
Only coaching.
Only coaching. Oh, I actually will tune in to see what you're doing on that. 100%. Have you started that yet?
No,
Okay.
no, and it's that's just been my joke for a while. I don't want to get sued by anybody. So I, as much as I would like to make only coaching merch, because I think that would just be epic. Yeah,
Yeah.
I know. Yeah, yeah. That might be the only time that I've ever said it like out loud online on stream. So now somebody's gonna have only coaching hats somewhere.
Oh, I hope not. I hope not. Go for it. Do it. Patent it.
But
Trademark it.
well, yeah.
Do what you need to do.
I just don't like lawsuits. So I try to, it's
Why
why.
would somebody sue you?
Because OnlyFans is getting, and I don't know if they're suing other people or not, but there's all kinds of people that kind of copy their logo and sort of, so and
Yeah.
I don't need more drama. What I do is try to eliminate drama out of my life, and so I'm like, that's why I don't talk about politics and religion, when I'm talking about narcissism, because I don't need any other extra drama. So
That's why you
just
play with
have
your own
two,
balls. Less drama that way.
yeah, just have two balls as a logo. Yeah. So anyway, but now we get, I mean, totally smooth transition here in the juggling, but we get to hear about German robots.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yes. German robots. What is happening over in Germany is really quite interesting, actually. So Germany enacted a Christian-based mandate only in certain parts of Germany. And what that asserts is that work must shut down on Sunday. Sunday is a day of rest, period. And it's not just for the blue collar, white collar workers, it's for everybody. So, and the reason they do it is to protect Sundays because they are very religious. And that's when Christians can go to church and then they can spend the rest of the day with their families. They created a true family day, which in this day and age is very lovely, actually. And they're so serious about it. It's part of their constitution.
Wow.
Yes. So there are some things that are allowed to be open, like eateries, gas stations, and pharmacies, because, you need your food, your drugs, and a way to get those food and drugs by getting gas.
So is that, because I always thought the pharmacy was the liquor store. Is that different, or is that?
No, well, I shouldn't say, I don't know about Germany, but in Italy, Spain, and Greece, the pharmacy is not the liquor store. This comes from a country that has a German dungeon scene. What? I don't know what that means.
Yeah, I'm not sure exactly, but yeah. No, that's totally a joke. Actually, yeah. As far as I just always joked, it's like, oh, gotta go to the pharmacy, which is the liquor store.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. We call it Elsie's place because the LC, the Liquor Control Commission, is called Canada. So we say, I'm going to Elsie's place.
Oh, that's wild. Liquor Control Commission.
Yeah.
Wow.
So we used to call it the LC, and now we just call it Elsie's place.
Oh, that's That's wild. Yeah, didn't know that about.
Well, most of them are government run, right?
Oh yeah.
So the Liquor Control Commission. Yeah.
Yeah, and it's kind of all across the board. I don't know what so many of the other states are, but like Idaho, Montana, Wyoming too. I'm pretty sure they're state run.
Mounties run them.
Mounties run them.
Yes, calendar model Mounties. It's really fun to go to Elsie's place.
Oh yes. That sounds awesome.
So anyways, there's a company in Germany called Tegut, Tegut. Pronounce it anyway. I went online to find a correct pronunciation. I got 4 different ones, so I don't know how to pronounce it.
Yeah. So any German speaking in the audience, let us know in the comments what the correct pronunciation is. Comes from a country with Oktoberfest. Yeah. Nick Gut.
What does Nick Gut mean? Can you translate that into English, Christy? That'd be great.
Yeah. It's Goot. It's Goot. Sorry.
Okay, Goot.
Sorry.
What would it be? Goot.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Not good.
So anyways, this company Tegut owns about 350 supermarkets in Germany across 6 federal states. And their tagline is your supermarket for good food.
Oh.
So Tegut sells about 23,000 products, including regional foods, over 4,600 organic products, an extensive vegan and vegetarian range, as well as over 1,000 foods with their Tegut promise of purity. They have a promise of purity in over 1,000 foods. Isn't that crazy? So Germany is all about health. We're getting to the robot thing, just bear with me. So, and their advertising says, and they sell a donut.
Sell a dumb robot.
Mr. Roboto.
Yeah.
So they attach great importance to sustainability, fairness, and transparency. And they act out of deep conviction, and that's been their philosophy since 1947 or something. So their website actually lists how to regrow vegetables, how to make a thick and healthy dressing at home, and they say because if you're making a salad dressing, delicious is so easy. And plant protein sources, everything you need to know about eating vegan, baking without sugar, egg-free baking, flour-free baking. Feed your immune system. It's crazy. All on their grocery store website. And so I went onto some Canadian grocery store websites, and we do not promote health and wellness the way the Germans do. So they have a completely healthy way of eating, and it's actually really wonderful to see. Anyways, so they also, Tegut also runs automated mini market stores without any human workers. This is on top of their 350 human-run stores. Wow. And they've been doing it for the past 4 years. And they're really cute. I went and pulled up one online, and it's a longer store like this. And you just walk in the door. The door's in the center. You can go left or right, and it's lined with vending machines. So you can buy whatever you want in these vending machines, and they're run by robots. So there's a little robot running around to help you with whatever you need, right?
Wow.
So, but what's really interesting is that these Sunday laws are clashing with their ability to keep their robot stores open.
Oh.
Yeah. There was a court judgment passed over a year ago that applies to the German state of Hesse, H-E-S-S-E, Hesse, and that includes Frankfurt, Germany, but not Bavaria. But those Bavarian robots have to work for a living. They have to work 7 days a week, those poor buggers.
Dirty barbarians.
But in Frankfurt, they actually passed a law last year that the robots have to have Sunday off to observe the Christian holiday.
Yeah.
The robots.
Yeah. Well, I mean, we got to make sure they don't go to hell. Because that would be bad. Yeah, we don't want. Nobody else wants robots in hell. I mean,
no, we don't want that.
I mean,
we don't want that.
Bad enough already anyway, and then you got robots there now.
I know.
Yeah.
It would be scary.
Yeah.
But it really makes you wonder about German law and why they want to protect robots. It's really not about the robots having a day off for Christian observance, because A, they don't have a family. B, they're just sitting plugged in probably at the robot store, at the little kiosk. And so it's politics, but they're dressing it up as the robots need a day off to observe the Christian holiday.
Well, they really need, they need Jesus so that they can go to heaven, so that we can have robots in heaven. Because
robots need love too.
Yeah, robots need love too. Yeah. Yeah. All robots go to heaven.
No, we don't want them in heaven either. I think robots need their own special place.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Yeah, it's called the dump. It's the dump.
The dump.
Did anybody watch AI the movie? This robot stuff is getting insane. I mean, come on, the Terminator. Yeah. I mean, what if the robots are angry? What if they get angry that they don't get to work Sunday and they want to work Sunday? I wanted that overtime.
I know those robots in Bavaria are probably upset that the
Yeah.
Frankfurt robots get the day off because they're interconnected AI. They know.
Oh, yeah, they know.
Mhm.
Yeah.
They know.
And we
They
don't
know
want,
what's going
we,
on.
yeah, we don't want them
Mhm.
to, yeah, then they become smarter and then they take over the world and then we're in the Matrix. And
I think
I
those
mean,
German robots, those German lawmakers could be in trouble because those Bavarian robots ever get loose. If they bust loose, wow.
yeah, yeah, they could bust a move too. Uh,
Absolutely.
I mean, they got arms, so they could
Could
bust a
bust-
move too. Yeah, yeah, huh.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's pretty interesting.
it is interesting that they would mandate a law where robots can't work on Sundays.
Hmm.
Can we have robots in the White House?
Yeah, I mean,
Some say you do.
oh, oh, shots fired.
I didn't say I said you did. I said some say
Yeah.
you
Oh, that's good. That's good.
do.
I love it. I love it. Yeah, well, that's what a debate. Yeah. So and really we don't have an answer, but we don't have to decide either because they're going to
No,
decide
no,
whether
I
or
just
not.
think it's an
Yeah.
interesting concept
Yeah.
that they would make a law that robots cannot work on Sundays.
Yeah.
And what other laws do we have surrounding robots? And that begs another interesting question. What laws are in place surrounding robots? Are there any? I don't even know.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah. And it's interesting to think, do they have the capacity to the capacity to work Sunday or to not, which I'm kind of prefacing here. That was a lousy throw there. It was a throw and a miss, a swing and a miss. But speaking about capacity, which is
Mhm.
actually what I
Absolutely.
am, yeah, what I am talking about.
Nice segue.
Yeah, I mean, it was really messy and but I'll own it. Sometimes I make things sound great, and the rest of the time they sound, the rest of the way that they sound. So no,
Can't be
not
perfect.
robots. Oh, Christy says not robots, Muppets in the White House. Yeah, yeah. So that so
Muppets,
there.
puppets,
Yeah. So I mean, whatever we want to call them, or they call themselves, or whatever, it's fine. But yeah, so capacity is a big deal. That's I think that's one of the things that we don't necessarily talk as much about with all of the emotional intelligence and awareness. And I mean, there's a lot of subjects that are talked about as far as emotions and dealing with emotions and all of that. But what we don't really talk about as much is capacity. And I'm trying to remember because I was educated. I was educated yesterday, and it was wonderful actually, because I talk about it as capacity, and now I'm drawing a blank, but it's window of tolerance. Window of tolerance is the I think that's right. Anyway, hopefully that's right. Potentially, speaking with a therapist, and they said, yeah, oh, that's window of tolerance, because the way that I describe it, to all my clients and everybody is we have a certain level of emotional capacity. And then everything above that capacity, wherever that limit is for each one of us, and it's different for every single one of us, but everything above our capacity, that's all coping mechanisms. Christy says robot burnout and their mental health. Speaking of capacity, yeah, I mean it's a real concern. They could be concerned that if robots don't have Jesus, they'll burn out and then they go to hell, or maybe they don't work anymore because they're burnt out.
That's right.
And we can't have that. We need to have, if we're gonna have robots, they better be working.
They better earn their keep.
Yeah, better earn their keep. Yeah, gonna be a robot therapist. Yeah, that's so I think so. I think that's perfect. But yeah, so capacity is something that I think a lot of people are not necessarily aware of what their capacity is. And unfortunately, I think one of the major issues for a lot of people and a lot of the world, maybe, you know, I won't say the world, but the country at least anyway, and I'm guessing it's probably similar in Canada as well, is most people are right up against their capacity, and they don't necessarily realize, because that's the way most of us grew up and the way that we've been for forever. And
Work hard, keep going, keep pushing. You can
yeah,
do it.
yep. Keep going, keep pushing, stuff everything aside. So we're running at red line all the time. And the hard part is that that I mean, if you have a lot of capacity, you can run. Yeah, push it real good. Yes, yes.
Oh my God,
Yes,
you are on
yes,
a road today, my man.
yes.
Holy heck.
Um, oh,
You're
yeah.
still on the robots,
Yeah,
right on.
yeah. Can you imagine a narcissist robot? I mean, I like to not imagine more narcissist things, really. That's not what I try to bring into my imagination, but yes, but yeah, the so capacity, and I think one of the most important things that I talk about with capacity is whatever it is that your coping mechanism is, you run up to the top of your capacity, and you're out of capacity, you don't have any more, then whatever you do is a coping mechanism. And everybody wants to have their judgments and thoughts about whatever, well, you shouldn't do that, you should do this, and but the real reality is that once we get past our capacity, then we are reaching for whatever the coping mechanism is that works for us. Not what anybody else thinks we should do, not even what we necessarily think that we should do, which is that's a healthier way or it's a better way of doing. We're not thinking about any of that. We're over capacity. So we are reaching for the nearest, most convenient coping mechanism that works for us and works to, to help us through that.
And
And
that coping mechanism becomes a habit, which forms addiction, right?
yeah,
Can
yeah,
form
it
addiction.
definitely can. Yeah,
Mhm.
and usually, I love the work of Gabor Mate, and
Mhm.
he, he says, don't ask why the addiction, ask why the pain. And Christy says, and some of us have a small window of tolerance, and we're burned out, and it takes years to recover. Years, yeah, yeah, and it's true, and I think that's one of the biggest things that all of us can do is to work on, because really what we want to have a huge amount of capacity for all of the different emotional things, and we want to use almost none of it, like almost nothing, because then what that does is it gives you all kinds of space for anything to blow up and go sideways in your life, and you don't run over your capacity. But if you're running at, we'll say 70, 80, 90% of yeah, YouTube would not allow Ron to say eliminate the problem.
I
Yeah,
think probably
yeah,
because we mentioned your current
yeah,
administration.
yeah. Cannot be eliminate. We can't eliminate problems, and actually, we don't want to eliminate problems
No,
anyway.
we don't. That's
Yeah,
how we grow.
yeah. Well, and if you're going to do something, all of those forceful words, that's what we try to do. And what that does is also uses up emotional capacity, because what we want to do is we want to release. You don't want to lose weight because you don't want to accidentally find it again either. you
Exactly.
know
That's a good point. That's a really
yeah,
good point.
yeah, you want to release what no longer serves you.
I'm
And
releasing the weight because it no longer serves me. Oh my God. Do you know how many women are listening today?
yeah,
That is the best thing that Kyle, that's beautiful. That's brilliant. That's gold. We want to
i'm
release the weight because it no longer serves us.
i'm pretty
You
good.
just made
you know
every woman listening very happy. Thank you.
yeah,
Thank you, Kyle.
yeah. And what you get to do is you get to allow yourself to do that, because none of these things can be forced. And so, but back to the capacity, I think, the because what we do when we talk about, emotional health, or when I talk about it anyway, a lot of that is allowing yourself to release so many of the things that are using up your capacity. And sometimes these are physical things or things that you do in your life, but a lot of it is the trauma from the past. And so we have to allow those things to show up. You got to feel it to release it. And so doing that work, it allows you to take some of the pressure out, and some of the capacity out that you're using up, because we're using all of the different things that run through your mind all day long. Those things are using your mental emotional capacity. And so the more of those things that you can allow yourself to release and let go of, then it brings your capacity down. And then you have lots of extra space for more capacity to have things go sideways. Yeah. Ron says, can I hold on to the edge of a cliff and then release it? Yeah, I mean, it's probably not as big a deal if you release the cliff, so that it drops, but it might, depending on how high of a cliff it is, if you let go and release you, then that might not work out as well. Um, I mean, depending, maybe if you have a parachute or a rope, or it's like 2 feet, hanging off of the cliff, and it's 2 feet below, and you have good knees, hopefully reasonable knees, then
Ron doesn't. His knees are shot from playing hockey.
yeah. Christy says our brains are like a pressure cooker, and you got to release that steam so you don't explode or implode. Yeah, and it's true.
Great analogy, Chrissy.
Yeah.
Christy. Sorry, Christy.
Yeah.
Great analogy, Christy.
Yeah. And Ron's gonna, he will push it and push it real good.
He's back to pushing it.
Yeah. All the way up over capacity. So I think it's such an important topic to talk about, because it's not necessarily something that we think about. It's like, why am I always reaching for, the whether it's a drink, whether or not it's overworking, whether or not it's scrolling your phone, doing all of the different things, because everybody has their own unique coping mechanisms that they use. But when we're over capacity, that's where we're going to go to, and it's okay. I mean, that's probably one of the other points of this. It's okay if you're using coping mechanisms, because they keep us alive. When we run out of capacity, we need something to handle the extra stress, pressure, emotional turmoil, whatever it is.
And that's one thing about coaching. If you have a life coach, they teach you healthy ways, healthy coping mechanisms, so that you're not as often reaching for that drink or that drug, or whatever the case may be, kicking back and having a hoot in the evening, whatever.
Yeah. Well, and I think that, with good coaching, we don't really teach coping mechanisms. We teach processing.
Right. Process. No, we do teach coping mechanisms in a sense. Well, I shouldn't. Sorry
Yeah.
to dis. I'm sorry.
Yeah. No. And I think for some people, they can learn other coping mechanisms, but I think it's a tall order, because when we run over our capacity, unless we have really implemented another coping mechanism, which is a healthier coping mechanism, then it won't necessarily work for us. And I think that's the hardest part, because then people, okay, I learned this, whatever other healthy coping mechanism, and so I'm going to try to do that. But most of the time, when we're over capacity, we're trying to force ourselves to do the healthier coping mechanism, which also uses more of our capacity, which kind of, I mean, it's just very hard. So Ron says you can't use alcohol or drugs for coping. That's creating more of a problem and just covering it up. And I will agree, and I will also completely disagree. And the reason for that is because really most of the time when most of us say that, it's well-meaning, and I get it. And no, it's not a good solution. But when people are in those struggles, they need something that actually works for them, and so they reach for whatever the thing is that works. And when we say you shouldn't do that, you shouldn't do this, all of those shoulds create shame and judgment. And so the shame and judgment, of course,
Mhm.
then uses more of our emotional capacity, and then we want to reach for it. So it's a cycle here. So when I think about running over capacity and using a coping mechanism, I have no shame, no judgment whatsoever of people doing that, because you needed something that actually worked for you. So
Right.
then we can go back in and we can work on really the important thing, which is reducing how much capacity you're using for mental emotional. um, Christy says, at a bird's eye view, we really don't want coping skills. We want to heal so we don't have to just cope. But until then, until then, and that's the thing. Okay, well, you drank too much. You use that as a coping mechanism. That's okay. It's totally fine. So now let's work on releasing some of the processing some of those things, releasing some of those things, so that you can get back down under capacity. So,
Um, but okay, so I'm not sure about you, but as a coach, I will assign my clients homework.
mm,
Can be journaling. Sometimes it's just being aware of your environment and taking a moment to breathe, excusing yourself from a situation if you can, and just practicing a something that will just bring that level of stress
mm,
down. So
mhm,
we do, or I do, I can't speak for you or anyone
yeah,
else, but I do offer some of my clients some coping mechanisms.
mm,
And that's one way. So if they go home at the end of the day and they are stressed to the max, they've got, a ton of things going on, and they know they have 50 emails they haven't got to, and they know they have a meeting the next morning they haven't prepared for, and on and on and on. The kids are crying, and it's time to make dinner, and life.
mhm,
Before you go to bed at night, journal positive things,
mm, mhm,
journal what was good about the day.
mhm,
Write down why you felt the way you did. What was it that caused you to feel overwhelmed, stressed out, whatever? Because sometimes when we put it in words,
mhm,
it organizes it in our brain,
mhm.
and it
Yep,
allows us to cope better with what we're dealing with.
mhm. And
So,
I love the journaling too. It's one of my favorite things. And I don't give homework to my clients. I will give them some if they want some. But for
well,
most of my clients, I don't give any homework.
depends on the situation and the client.
Yeah,
Yeah, I'm
yeah,
not saying I do it every time or every
yeah,
session.
yeah. But I love journaling because it forces us to slow down, and it puts brakes on your brain in a way that most other things that I'm talking about, physically writing, with a pen or a pencil in your journal. But uh, Christy says, if Kyle assigned homework, I would have told him again to zuck off. Yes, yes, yeah, yeah. And I think that's because most of my clients they're over capacity, and
Mhm,
and so
absolutely.
so they don't need something else to do. So I just in my sessions usually I just focus on, let's burn through some of this and let's reduce the capacity that you're using. Um, oh, coming soon to a theater near you, Clash of the
To the
Coaches.
coaches.
Well,
Now you can just
hopefully,
watch it
yeah,
on Going On Daily. You don't need to go to the theater.
yeah, yeah, and hopefully, with all of the professionals, if they are in fact actually professionals, they can appreciate the differences in the way
Mhm.
that people do things. I mean,
Yes.
people don't come to me for me to coach in a different way than I coach. They come to me
Right.
for me to coach in the way that I do, and the same with Sharon. They come to Sharon because we draw these people in, because they resonate with us and they
Absolutely.
like the way that we are and the way that we coach. and those are the best. It's the best fit. And so not everybody wants or needs the same things, which is the same with everything. It's like, wait a minute, how do I learn someone else's coaching skills so that I can coach the way that they do? And I really disagree with that, because that doesn't work. Sharon is never going to coach like I do, and I'm never going to coach the way that Sharon does.
And the reason too, people come to us because we're authentic.
Yeah.
I'm not trying to be like you. You're not trying to be like me.
Yep.
It's the authentic nature of our coaching that
Yeah.
helps people.
Yeah. 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 Christy says, my homework is nature and joy and harassing you guys. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I didn't assign, well, maybe I signed that homework. It could have been, but
yeah. Going for a nature walk is part of homework sometimes.
yeah. Well, I meant the harassment.
Oh, the harassment.
Well,
that's good homework too.
Yeah. So anyway, I think, it's a hugely important thing, and for people to, to take the time, make the space, do the, get the support, get help, to really reduce the amount of emotional capacity that you're using. And the last thing that I will say with all of this is a process, and it's a practice.
Yes.
And always be kind to yourself. We're all going to screw it up in all kinds of ways, and it's okay.
Dreaming up new ways every day.
Yeah. We will uncover every single different way that we could possibly screw every single thing up, and it's okay. Just be
so
kind.
The next time you're not feeling creative, just think about how many ways you screw things up, and creativity, bam. So we all are very creative.
Yeah, very creative. Yeah, self-sabotage. We are masters. We are masters at that. So yeah, Ron's top 5 ways
to eliminate
the problem. Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. So yeah, but hopefully this added, our show today added to your capacity for life and joy and excitement and robots, and
be like the robots, take that Sunday off.
Yeah. So tomorrow, 10 a.m. Eastern, 8 a.m. Mountain Time, Rhode Island Broadcasting, and so going on daily will be Luana and JJ.
That'll be a fun show.
Yeah. So you gotta tune in for that one. Show them some love too. If you were here today showing us love, or even if you weren't here today showing us love, show them some love tomorrow.
Absolutely.
Christy says, been trying to watch Ron. If you miss me that much, if you just throw down your number, I can harass you directly. Oh, man. Yeah. So, well, where can everybody find you, Sharon?
You can find me at yourtransformationcoach.ca, because I'm in Canada, so I like the .ca handle. And you can also find me at Holy Shift Balls on Facebook, and our Holy Shift Balls podcast on YouTube, and also on Rhode Island Broadcasting, because that's Rhode Island Broadcasting hosts my podcast Thursday mornings at 11 a.m. Central Time, 9 a.m. Pacific, and noon Eastern. So yeah.
Very, very awesome. Yeah. And go follow Sharon. And then if you want to find me, KyleMillerCoaching.com, and at Kyle Miller Coaching on pretty much every single different social media platform. I'm everywhere, man. I've been everywhere. So
that's a whole other song.
Yeah. So come find us, support the show, follow the show, follow, any of the different co-hosts. You can go to the website and find all of us and all the links and all the things. Ron says the Christy and Ron show coming soon. So that is we're all gonna want to tune into that one. That's gonna be good. Yeah. So, but thank you everyone for being here today. Thank you, Sharon, for being here, and we hope everybody has a wonderful day.
Thank you, Kyle, for being such an amazing host.
Yeah. Thank you. We'll see everybody.
Bye-bye.